Trees are wonderful all year round. They provide food for us to eat, and we use their wood to build our homes. They also create raw materials for us to make rubber, syrup, furniture, and more. Most importantly, they give us shade in the summer, provide food and homes for animals, produce oxygen, and live to be 100 years old. All plants
Trees are
are
plants.
the largest plants. All trees are perennial plants, meaning they continue to grow year after year. Many tree varieties live for tens or even hundreds of years, and they tend to live longer than most other types of plants. Trees are also different from many other plants in the following ways. Trees typically have a permanently woody stem or trunk. Most trees grow to a considerable height, usually bearing lateral branches at some distance from the ground. The rings in a tree trunk show their yearly growth and age. The Christmas trees we are making today are conifers, meaning cone bearing, and evergreens. The spruce, pine, and fir trees stay green all year round, and their needles are leaves.
Welcome to my studio, students. Today we're going to be making a Christmas tree out of torn paper and cut paper. So what you're going to need today is scissors, glue, wrapping paper if you have it, and construction paper. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to use a black sheet of paper for my background, and I'm going to start tearing my paper. Alright, so guys, when you tear your paper, make sure you have your index finger, your pointer finger down against where you're tearing, so you can get a nice long piece. And this is going to be the bottom row of branches on our Christmas tree, so we have to make it extra long. I'm just going to put it down. I'm not going to glue it down yet because I want to cut out all of my strips or tear out all of my strips of paper first and place them. Alright, I'm going to cut some strips here. I'm going to cut them at different thicknesses. Right? And I'm also going to tear the red paper. And here I'm using my thumb and I'm holding the paper at the end with my pointer or my index finger. There we go. I'm going to continue by tearing the purple paper. And guys, tear it as long as you can because you're going to have to shorten it. Because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be making a triangle. Alright, we're going to be making a triangle. Alright, and this is how we're going to place the paper down. So the largest strip is going to be at the bottom and the shortest is going to be at the top. Alright? So we're going to tear more paper. I'm going to cut some strips of wrapping paper. And I think all I need is orange paper. Alright, I'm going to put all that aside, and I'm going to start to lay out my strips of paper. So I know my yellow strip is going to go at the very bottom. So this is going to be the largest, and largest goes at the bottom. I'm going to put my glue on. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, enough for me, so I know that I'm getting the right amount of glue. There we go. Alright, I think I'm going to put down orange next. But I'm going to have to tear a little bit off, guys, because we're making a triangle. And as a triangle moves to the point, it gets slender or thinner. Alright, so I'm going to tear that off there. And again, 1, 2, 3, enough for me. I'm going to leave a little space in between so I can put down some of my foiled wrapping paper. Next, I'm going to use purple. 1, 2, 3, enough for me. Now I'm going to have to tear this to make it shorter too. And still leaving a little bit of space in between. I'm just going to go ahead and tear it there. Right, and you can already see our triangles tapering, alright, until we get to the last piece, which will be the point. Alright, next I'm going to use red. And again, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, enough for me while using my glue to make sure I get the right amount. There we go. There we are. Tear that right there. And next I'm going to use green. Tear it again, make it short, so it falls right in line. There we go. Alright, and I think I'm going to add a little bit more purple here. I want to make my tree taller, so I'm going to put blue here. 1, 2, 3, enough for me. Tear that there. And I want a point, so I think I'm going to use this here. I'm going to use the orange. Alright. And I don't even have to count, say 1, 2, 3, enough for me, because a dab will do. Alright? That's our tree. And now we get to add on some of the foil paper. Now we're going to lay the foil paper diagonally to give our tree some movement. 1, 2, 3, enough for me. Got a little piece here, so I can put it here. Alright, I'm going to use the red wrapping paper. What's so nice about wrapping paper is it has a pattern. So it makes your tree even more interesting. I can tear that here and use the extra piece here. one more piece of foil wrapping paper that I want to put on. And for this, I'll count 1, 2, 3 be enough for me. And there's our beautiful tree. Alright, so next, we're going to have to put a star at the top. So I'm going to show you guys how to cut a star. And we're actually going to make it out of triangles. So we're going to go ahead and do 2 cuts. 1, 2, 1, and 2. And guess what, guys? We've got all these triangles left, so all we have to do is 1 cut across the bottom. We want to work smarter, not harder. And we've already got all these triangles here, so this is perfect. So let me shake them off there. And guys, we're just going to put a dab of glue here. So we're going to start off with one point of our star facing south. And the next is north, and just a dab of glue here. Alright. Right. Our next, we're going to point east. And last but not least is west. Just a dab of glue. Here's our star. And guys, we're going to need a trunk for our tree. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and just cut a square out to place at the very bottom. Just like that. There we go. And there is our finished tree.